Today, we are going to be working with clay soil, specifically brown clay soil, the most common type of clay soil in this area. Let's start with the sedimentation test. Well, we get clay soil, put it in a glass jar. It's already in a glass jar. We add water. And shake until everything is dissolved. Here we can see the different soil layer compositions. At the bottom we have sand and gravel. The next level is silt, and the last is clay. As we can tell, clay is on the smallest proportions, and it acts like a binder in the same way cement acts in a concrete mix. The more cement, the stronger the concrete is up to a point. Clay soil comes in many different combinations. What we have right here is what we normally find in the Monterey area. But clay is also present in other forms. Diatomaceous clay. Diatomaceous clay is made from the skeletons of microscopic organisms. These organisms have lived on Earth for millions of years, and they can be found in various locations in varying quantities. This type of clay is also used to filter water because it doesn't shrink and is very porous, allowing water to pass through while trapping impurities, as well as in beer and wine filtration. Bentonite clay. Bentonite clay is found in different amounts across many areas. In places where there is high concentrations of bentonite clay, problems can happen when the houses are built in soils with bentonite. And after the ground dries up over the years, we can usually tell bentonite is present because the soil shrinks and settles unevenly, causing the floors to become uneven. I have seen places where I had to replace floor support piers because they had sunk by as much as 3 to 5 inches, which is really bad. It causes cracks in the walls and creates many other structural damages, leading to significant building damage. Bentonite clay is also used to seal ponds because it absorbs water and becomes impermeable. It's commonly used in the drilling industry as well, where it works as a lubricant and it helps flush out all the drill cuttings. Here we have a sample of bentonite clay that we soaked in water and then filled this cup with it. Over time, we let it dry, and now it has shrunk to about 1/5 of, or even less of its original volume. Going back to native clay soil, when we dig up clay soil in nature, it's usually very hard. But once it gets wet and start mixing around, whether by walking it or driving over it, or any kind of disturbance, when it dries, it becomes much harder. I mean, you really need a jackhammer or a drill to get through it. That happens because all the pores disappear and the clay compresses very tightly. That's one of the reasons plants have such a hard time growing in clay soil. In its natural state, clay has some porosity, but once we disturb it, it can become extremely compacted. When it gets wet, it doesn't allow air to reach the roots, so the roots practically drown. Then when it dries out, it becomes so hard that the roots can't penetrate it. That's why clay is very difficult to work with and very difficult for plants to grow in it.